Today's question is, can I plant melons with pumpkins of different varieties? And the simple answer is yes and no. So what you need to do is look at the name, the Latin name of the plant. So for example, these are canary yellow melon and banana melon, and they both say Cucumis mellow. Cucumis mellow, and I'm probably botching that. I'm not going to plant those two together or near each other. I'm going to separate them with something else. So when the pollinators come, they don't cross-pollinate the plants. But if I'm not saving seeds, it doesn't matter. If I'm saving seeds, then if the pollinators cross-pollinate this, then if I go to grow the seeds from those plants, they're going to come out differently than what they started off as. So we'll have like a canary / banana melon, or a yellow banana melon, which actually kind of sounds good. But that's going to be the key, is you look up the Latin name, and this is really key for planting in general. When you know the Latin name, it's the key to knowing everything else about the plant. It's kind of, I guess it's kind of like dating. Once you get their name, then maybe, you have a chance. So if you have the Latin name for the plants, you're going to do a lot better. So let's say I've got 2 watermelons here. Yes, 3 watermelons actually. 3 watermelons here. One is Congo, one is Black Diamond. They have the same names. And then it's just going to say like Congo over here or Black Diamond. I have one here, a Desto melon, and this is Cucumis mellow. So it's going to be the same as the canary and the banana. And so I'm not going to want to plant those 3 together. I'm going to separate them. Then I have some pumpkins, and those are Cucurbita, not Cucumis, but Cucurbita. These are Cucurbitaceae, looks like. Probably botched it, but that's okay. And then I've got the Peppo and the Peppo. So I know I don't want to plant those pumpkins near each other if I don't want them cross-pollinating. If I'm not going to save the seeds, it doesn't matter. It won't matter. But if I'm going to save the seeds, then I probably want to separate them out. So that's going to be the key as far as whether you plant, you can plant squash, pumpkin, watermelon all together successfully. But another thing to think about is if you put all of these in one area, and let's say they're all prone to getting powdery mildew, or they're prone to the squash bugs, or they're prone to any other kind of insect damage or whatever, then if it's on your canary yellow, and then it may move over to your watermelon, and then it may move over to your pumpkin. And so if you've got a long stretch of garden, and you've got all the same crops in there, then diseases may and pests may attack the whole thing. Now, if you can separate them, that would be great. Like, can you separate your canary yellow melon from your Black Diamond watermelon, maybe with some calendula or some Cosmo or some comfrey, some other kind of plant, flowering plant that's going to attract in your good beneficial pollinators or your predatory bugs. That would be great. You also, because all of these have flowers that have to pollinate, you want to attract pollinators to this area. So the more variety of flowers you can put around this area or in between these plants, the better off the pollination is going to be, and the more success you'll have. Keep in mind too, they almost all have very similar water needs when they're very young. So they're all going to need like 1 to 2 inches of rainwater when they're young as they're growing. And then before you harvest them, you want to stop watering them for about a week. And then you can harvest them and they will be delicious. And so for me, I have a long strip that I'm going to put them in. So last year it was corn and sunflower. Corn was up here, and then I had sunflowers all in here. So the corn that was up here didn't do great because I kind of didn't pay attention to it. And then the sunflowers took off like crazy. Sunflowers are very happy. This is a very sunny area. South is that way, and that's east, and that's west. So they were very happy up in here in the sunflowers. But I'm going to try to do the watermelons and the melons and the pumpkins all up in here this year. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to run some drip line irrigation system lengthwise, maybe 2 or 3 passes. So that way I can just hook up a hose over here and it will water the whole thing on a regular basis when it needs it. And then I don't have to water, when I'm getting ready to harvest them. So yes, you can plant them all together, but again, look to see the first names may be matching, but are the second names matching? I got a Mellow and a Peppo. They're going to be a little bit different. They're in the cucurbit family. That's that Cucurbitaceae family, but they have different second names, so they could be planted near each other without affecting anything. So here's an example of what I'm going to be growing on Josh's arches. I just went and looked up the names, the Latin names for them. So my pie pumpkins are the Peppo, Cucurbita Peppo. Watermelon, the Tomi, the Japanese watermelon, is a Citrullus vulgaris. So I'm good with that. Here is going to be the Tahitian melon squash, Cucurbita machado. This is Cucumis mellow. This is Cucurbita Peppo. Again, so I've got a Peppo, but I've got another Peppo way over here. Not way over there, but it's not right next to each other where the pollinators may just go from here to here to here like that. They might, but maybe not. Here's another Cucurbita machata, but I have the Peppo here, so it's okay. I have another machata here, but I separated them. Here's a Maxima, totally different species. And then a Citrullus vulgaris, again, lemon drop. It's a small watermelon. And I also have the vulgaris up here, the Japanese watermelon. They're small, like personal size watermelon. So these are going to be just fine. I just wanted to verify, so I looked up the names, and I'll be fine. This is Tammy Lowe, the Lazy Northern Gardener. Hoping you learn and grow some more.